What is a mechanism? So by definition, a mechanism is made of a number of resistant bodies, out of which some may have motions relative to the other. So this means that it is a collection of bodies which are joined to one another, linked to one another actually, because mechanism will be made of links in your in the coming videos. A simple mechanism is a gear mechanism in which you see a gearing system simply consists of two bodies in which they both are resistant bodies, and because they have inertia, and they rotate at different speeds due to their teeth and gearing arrangements, so they have relative motions to each other. So that is a simple mechanism. Before getting into mechanisms, we need to know what is a link. A link is a resistant body or a group of resistant bodies. That's very important. A group of resistant bodies can also be a link. With rigid connections, preventing their relative motions is known as a link. Links are the building block of mechanisms, so we should learn about links a little bit more to understand about mechanisms. In our example, we consider like a gearing system. A gear can be considered as a link. It is a bit of a complex link, but a simple link would be a simple linear body with two ends. This could be a rod, a bar with two holes at the ends. So this is basically a link, and this kind of link is called a binary link. I'll just quickly say about the other types of links. So these are the other types of basic links present. This is a ternary link. It has three links joined to each other, and it forms a rigid connection. That meaning that these links cannot move relative to each other, like themselves. And this is a quaternary link. This may look like a 4-bar chain, but you see it is like a trapezium, and hence it's constrained. It behaves like a rigid body, so no links can move relative to each other. So it is a link. It forms a link. So this type of link is called a quaternary link. So these are the basic type of links, and we'll get started up on the mechanisms. So now every mechanism will consist of links joined together by kinematic pairs. Like a kinematic pair is basically two links which are joined each other and have relative motions between them. So on the base, a link and kinematic pairs constitute the mechanisms. The different types of kinematic pairs can be revolute, which can have rotational relative motions, prismatic, linear relative motions, and screw, which can have one can have a rotational motion and one can have a linear motion. A cylindrical pair, it can have 2 degrees of freedom. So the inner rod can rotate itself on its own axis and can also move through the hole. So it has 2 degrees of freedom. A spherical can have 3 degrees of freedom, 3 rotational. In a planar, like your mobile kept on the table, can have 3 degrees of freedom, 2 translational and 1 rotational. So these are the basic kinematic pairs, and these are called as lower order pairs. Simply any link, any pair with area contact is called as lower order pairs, these kind of pairs. And line contact, for example, in a cam mechanism or gearing mechanism, they are called as higher order pairs. So area contact is lower order, and line contact and point contact is higher order pairs.